Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only.
Hey guys, Jacob here. This is going to be talking about the new named assault rifle that was added with episode 3, and that's going to be the Savage Wolverine Honey Badger. This weapon is actually available for everyone if you guys complete the stages to get it. They actually have a normal variant as well, which is this one right here, which is the standard Honey Badger, but you can see the difference is because, it's because the other one's named. But to acquire this weapon, it's actually pretty simple, but it will take you guys some time to actually acquire it. First, I'm going to go over the weapon. The inscription on this is, cornering a vicious animal is certain to anger the beast. My suggestion is, don't do that. Zookeeper at Manning National Zoo. Mine's hitting for 19.9 on this build, to the fact this is a 5.11.5 build with some pretty decent armor on it. 869 RPM with 50 rounds in the magazine. This has perfect close and personal. Killing a target within 10 meters grants 50% weapon damage for 10 seconds. If you guys are aware, normal close and personal, which I will show you guys right here, which is a little bit different but pretty close to the same, within 7 meters instead of 10 meters. So this weapon talent is pretty awesome. I've used it for a decent amount of times, but I switched out to something like, measured and strained a little bit more. But this was a talent I really, liked a lot back in the beginning. The problem was you always had to be right in people's faces, and I did not like being that close sometimes, and it tended to get myself killed. So that's why I really quit using it. But perfect close and personal is within 10 meters, so this one's a little bit easier to kill NPCs and also kill players, which is most likely what I'll be using this weapon for. I'd recommend running Allegro on this due to the fact that you get 869 RPM, which is actually higher than the P416, so this weapon might be the new contender that you might see in the DZ a lot instead of people using the P4, because the RPM on this is actually a little bit higher with Allegro. And you could put the same attachments if it's the named variant. On the normal variant, you cannot put the same attachments. You can only put the long underbarrel rail, the 5.56 mag, and the long optics rail. But on this, you can put 4, from the mag to the sight to the grip and to the suppressor. You can add pretty much anything you want on the end here to increase damage, DPS, crit, and weapon stability. Overall, this weapon is pretty stable. It's actually my favorite gun in the game at the moment. I know a lot of you guys probably recognize this gun from Call of Duty Ghosts. That's the one a lot of people have been saying it's from. I didn't really play Call of Duty Ghosts that much, but I did play the campaign, so that's one area or one game I do recognize it from. But overall, to acquire this weapon, this is going to be a kind of an easy step-by-step guide on how I got the gun myself. First, we're going to go over to the specialization. They did release the Firewall, which is the new one. You guys are going to activate the field research, and once you activate the field research, you can go over to the pretty much progression in your inventory, and you will see it's right here. First is going to be stage 1, which is pretty simple and easy. Set enemies on fire, which you can do this from using just a flamethrower in general. Then kill enemy scorchers, which are the people with like the flamethrowers from the outcasts and the guys with the chem guns. You can kill those, and I think that counts as well. Then killing enemies closer than 7 meters, which is very simple. Just walk up to a guy and like a red bar, yellow bar, and just shoot him right in the face. Then stage 2 is where it gets a little bit more complicated. You will see you actually receive the ammo dump blueprint, which is also a named gear item you will get as well for doing these. Defeat Wildfire in Roosevelt Island after destroying her fuel tank on normal or higher difficulty. So you just have to shoot her tank, and after it's destroyed, then just kill her and you'll have that procced. Name or Shame, neutralize named enemies while they're inflicted with a status effect, and then Inhumane, apply 2 status effects to a single enemy before defeating them, and No Smoking, complete Manning National Zoo on normal or higher. So for the Name or Shame, you can actually keep farming Wildfire if you just kill yourself over and over again, if you want to do this really quickly, and just keep killing her by burning her when she's almost dead, set her on fire, and then you'll get the inflicted by a status effect. And then you can also inflict 2 status effects on a single enemy before defeating them, and you can pretty much do that for the same thing as well for like any yellow bars who are around, and just keep doing that over and over again. You'll get both those done within the same mission, and then you can do Manning Zoo, and you'll have stage 2 completed. Next is stage 3, is eliminate Bloodhound in the Federal Emergency Bunker after applying the bleed effect on him on normal or higher difficulty. You can just use the high, apply bleed on him, then kill him. Me personally, I did this one last, which I'll tell you guys why. You can see Cruel and Unusual is kill elite enemies while they're inflicted with a status effect, and kill enemies while you're burning, and kill named enemies using your pistol. So when this one was done, we actually we didn't go immediately, to the next steps after this one was done. We actually went back to back to Wildfire, and you can actually kill the elite enemies while they're inflicted there with a status effect, and then kill enemies while you're burning. Just use a flame turret, set yourself on fire, and then just kill the enemies while hip firing, and then you'll have that one done. And then kill the enemies using your sidearm. You can actually just keep killing her over and over again, and this will work for your sidearm. That way you can have all 3 of these done for stage 3 in one little section, and then you can do the space administration and then do Federal Emergency Bunker last and save your missions for last and get them out of the way and be done. Then stage 4 is the complement, and then Potomac Event Center, and after destroying his ammo pack on normal hard difficulty, that one's pretty easy. And then Sword and Shield is just eliminate enemies with a melee attack using the ballistic shield. You can literally walk outside the base of ops and find red bars and kill them and just smack them with a shield. And then salute burning enemies before killing them. This is the one that was a pain in the ass. I know a lot of people are saying it was too. Pretty much what we did is just had a guy run up, set some people on fire with a flame turret and the flamethrower, and then as soon as they're burning, just salute, and then you should have this procced, and then you should be able to get the salute. That's just mean thing right there. Then skill throw, which is kill named enemies using skills. So you can pretty much kill any enemy you want. So if you're farming a boss, kind of like Wildfire up here, you could do that as well, which we did that with her. Just keep farming the NPC boss until you get the 5 out of 5 kill named enemies using your skills, and that one will be done. And then complete DARPA research labs on the Pentagon higher difficulty, and that will give you access to the weapon. Once you completed that, you can just walk over to your blueprints, and you will go to assault rifles, and you will see it's right here. You can pretty much craft as many of these as you want because it is a blueprint, and you can see the damage here from 16k to 19k. You can keep crafting them until you get a god roll one, until you get one that's to the base RPM or the base damage you want. But this weapon is pretty awesome. I'm expecting to see a lot of you guys run it in the DZ because it's actually a pretty decent gun for PvP and PvE. And it's, like I said, it's got higher RPM than the P416, so I know a lot of you guys will be using this weapon. But overall, I'm really happy with this weapon. I think that it's pretty good addition to the game. Another thing as well, if you can get something like Everlasting on this weapon and you're in PvP and you run out of AR rounds, you can actually holster this weapon and it regenerates ammo for you. So that way, if you're running something like a rifle or an SMG and you want to run out of rounds in this and you're trying to get ammo back, so if you're using something like Survivalist, you can actually combine this with Survivalist and actually get a little bit of ammo back for your AR. But that's just going to be a quick little video on how I got the blueprint and the fastest way that I got the blueprint. It took us probably about an hour and a half to do this because we did do it pretty quickly and didn't stop doing it. But it could take you a few hours depending on how quick you are and how fast you want to do the missions and what order you do them. But thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe, more Division 2 content, and I'll catch you guys all later.